Welcome back for more Religion in the News. I'm Kiera Davis. My guest is Shayna Malott, the Early Intervention Coordinator for McCoy. Good morning, Shayna.
Good morning, Kiera.
So tell us a little bit about McCoy. What is McCoy?
Okay, McCoy is the Marion County Commission on Youth, and we are the youth-serving intermediary agency for Marion County.
Okay.
So we do not serve youth and families directly, but what we do is work with those organizations and agencies that work with youth and families over a variety of issues. So we play kind of four major roles in the community. We're an advocate, a resource, a capacity builder, and a convener.
Okay, so what is the core focus? Is it just youth, or is it more so community focus oriented? What's the focus?
Our focus for McCoy is really anything around issues that affect youth.
Okay.
So that can come from a variety when you're talking about crime, when you're talking about teenage pregnancy, when you're talking about youth enrichment, when you're talking about building up quality programming, just anything that impacts youth are opportunities for McCoy to get involved in.
Okay. Now, due to the economic crisis that we are in, our crime rate has increased over the past couple of years. How has your organization responded to the youth during this time?
Okay, well, again, McCoy is at the table for a lot of different things that have to do with youth. Our executive director, John Brandon, is very involved with a group that is looking at the disproportionality of African Americans involved in the juvenile justice system. So they've done a lot around reducing the impact and that population becoming involved in the juvenile justice system. In terms of the early intervention and prevention initiative, our overall goals is to reduce the number of children that get involved in the juvenile justice system. So we are looking at things that can be done earlier on in a child's life and with the family system so that kids are not turning to crime, particularly during times when things are more stressful.
Okay, so during the, better yet, the early intervention and prevention initiative,
it's a mouthful. We call it EIP. So
give us a little bit more information about that. What is that all about?
Okay. Again, the overall goal is to reduce the number of children and families that get involved in both the juvenile justice system and the child welfare system.
Okay.
So we understand that when kids get involved in those systems, the impact that it has on their lives, on the family's lives, and in the community in terms of cost and that kind of stuff. So we are looking at what can we do earlier on, what interventions, what prevention efforts need to be made so that kids and families have the resources they need to prevent those things from happening, to prevent child abuse and neglect, and prevent children from turning to delinquent acts.
Oh, okay, that's great. What services do the company provide to the community that are for non-youth serving professionals?
Okay, again, a lot of what we do is specific to the youth serving professions and professionals. We have the Learning Network. But we also provide resources to those community members who are not necessarily youth-serving organizations but looking for services. We have the Easy Book, which is Essential Aid and Services for You, which has basic services, addiction services, mental health issues. If families are struggling with things and need resources, they can go to this book. We also have the Youth Activity Directory, which provides information about enrichment, mentoring activities, after-school programming for youth. So these are both great books for families, for guardians, caregivers that are looking for things.
And if we wanted to get a copy of that, how would we go about getting that?
You can go to our website, which is www.mccoyyouth.org with one Y. You can download both of these guidebooks.
Oh, great.
You can also call the office directly and ask to get one, two, or several of these to pass out in your community center or your faith-based organization. Again, or if you're just a parent and want one for your household.
Okay. Now, what are some ways that we as a community can help McCoy?
Okay, lots of different ways. For example, the Early Intervention and Prevention Initiative, we are in the process of completing our strategic plan.
You got that word down, Pat.
I've been saying it lots over the past several months. But we are looking for people to help implement this plan, again, because we want it to have the most impact, we want it to be effective, and we know that we need the community to support this and be behind this. We need concerned citizens who may not work directly with youth, but again are impacted by the quality and the services that are provided for our youth. So we want people to be able to get involved, get in on steering committees or work groups to help implement and push this through.
Okay.
Certainly if folks are interested in donating, they can go to our website and donate to McCoy, because that helps us to continue to provide low-cost services.
And are you guys a nonprofit as well?
Yes, we are a nonprofit organization.
Oh, great. Okay. Now, also, in addition to the economic crisis, which we were just talking about, are there any employment opportunities that you guys have?
We do not currently have employment opportunities right now, but if folks are interested, they can certainly, again, go to our website.
Okay.
I learned about the position that I have now through the McCoy newsletter, so if they want to sign on to subscribe to the newsletter, then we often put employment opportunities in our newsletter.
Okay. Now, I know earlier you mentioned something about internships. How does that work?
Internships, again, if we are seeking interns, we will put that information on our website and in the newsletter, but we also reach out to, IUPUI and some of the other surrounding higher education that offer internships.
Okay. Do you guys have any upcoming events that you are hosting?
Yes, we have what we call our Learning Network, and the Learning Network is there really to help provide training and build capacity. So on the fourth Wednesday of every month, which will be next Wednesday, we have our monthly Provider Council, and that's an opportunity for youth-serving professionals to informally come together, to network, to know what else is going on in the community. We usually have a particular topic, and we have presenters, and then at the end there's an informal opportunity for networking.
Okay.
The Learning Network also offers workshops, and we have a workshop on May 11th that is about networking to collaborating. So I will be facilitating it along with one of the other McCoy staff members.
And if somebody was interested in becoming a part of these events, how would they go about doing that?
Again, our website. Our website has a lot of information. It talks about all of our upcoming trainings. You can sign on to get our youth Provider Council notes that come out twice a month. So that would be a way, and certainly it is, again, open to the community. We try to keep these at a very low cost. They're $15 for early registration for the workshops. The monthly Provider Councils are free. So anybody in the community is open to come to those.
Now, what attracted you to McCoy? I know you've probably been with the organization for quite some time.
Actually, I've only been with the organization since September.
Wow, you seem so involved already, like you already got a handle on this and everything.
Thanks. I saw the newsletter. I saw that there was a job opening, and it really spoke to me in terms of what McCoy is doing in the community, all that they have going on. I have a background in working in child welfare and juvenile justice, so as a kind of a frontline worker, so I am now looking forward to having the opportunity to impact the system prior to folks becoming involved in that. So again, just looking at what McCoy has to offer, what their mission and vision is, it really spoke to me, and as being a social worker, I thought this is an organization that I want to work for. So that's how I got involved.
Cool. So what are some of the issues that you've seen teens deal with working at McCoy? I know you said you work with them indirectly, but what are some of the stories that you may have heard, or how have you guys impacted teens?
Okay, I think some of the issues, again, from a perspective of early intervention and prevention, particularly, youth that go through foster care that then age out and don't have the support they need, they often become teenage mothers, and I have worked with teenage mothers through other programming, and you have the issue of affordable child care, you have the issue of quality child care, you have the issue of dealing with high school dropouts. We had a summit last year that really focused on that issue, and we are continuing to do work on the prevention of high school dropouts, because we know that greatly impacts the community, and again, just being able to provide youth with the opportunities they need to be successful.
Oh, great. So with that being said, have you always had a heart for youth, or how has that played a role in your life?
Yeah, I've always enjoyed kids, love working with kids, babysat for the neighborhood at a young age, and then my junior year in college started working for a group home, and at that point realized this is what I wanted to do, and continued to get my education and have continued to work with youth and families in a variety of ways since then, so since probably my early 20s. 20. So.
All right, now how can we get in touch with McCoy if we wanted to get involved or anything? What's your contact information?
Well, again, you can go to the website, which is www.mccoyyouth.org, and you can find contact information for all the staff there. I'm Shana Malat, the Early Intervention Community Coordinator. My telephone number is 921-1233, and my email address is shana.malat@mccoyyouth.org. So we are always open for people to give us a call to learn more about what we do and to get involved.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you stopping by.
All right, I appreciate
Now back to Jeannie.